Hello everyone, it is Shadow Leon once again, and today I'd like to talk about a creature feature movie that I think is pretty good for what it is and doesn't deserve the hate it gets and whatnot. And today, although it's not technically a horror movie, it's more of a creature feature movie. And today's creature feature movie is none other than for 1997's Anaconda, starring Jennifer Lopez, Ice Cube, John Voight as Eric Stokes, as you can see here. I thankfully got the DVD that has the eyes on it, as you can see, instead of, that other DVD that just has the actors' faces on them. I'm not exactly sure why they made that DVD cover and whatnot, because it sucks, as I prefer the iconic poster right here. So anyway, let us get on with the review. The plot for this film centers on a documentary crew in the Amazon rainforest that is being led by a snake hunter who is hunting down a giant green anaconda and whatnot. So yeah, the plot is pretty simple and straightforward for this film. And this review of mine will be a bit more unique from others. So let me start off with what I didn't like about the film before I get on to what I liked about it. So let us point out the bad qualities of the movie. The film is pretty slow in its first act. There is plenty of questionable editing in certain scenes. Yes, the CGI effects look outdated, especially by today's standards. There are some unintentionally funny moments when the film is trying to be serious. The backwards waterfall is pretty much one of the worst instances of special effects failure I have seen in a movie, and the guy who filmed that scene most definitely deserves to be fired. And it has several plot holes and everything. But aside from that, that doesn't really harm my experience with the movie. So, aside from that, let's get on to what I love about the film. I really do love the Amazon setting in the film, as it's pretty good for what it is, because we don't get many movies like this set in the actual Amazon. The practical effects for the Anacondas are decent for what they are. Randy Edelman's musical score is a nice blend of horror, adventure, beauty, and whatnot. The story is simple and straightforward as mentioned earlier. John Voight absolutely is absolutely having a fun time as Paul Soran. Paul Soran is a character who ends up being despicable and oddly charismatic and likable at the same time, which is why I consider him to be one of the best villains in the history of cinema. Jennifer Lopez as Terry Flores was a pretty likable protagonist and whatnot. Ice Cube's performance as Danny Ritchie was also another highlight. Eric Stoltz gives a decent performance, even though he's not in the movie that much. And Jonathan Hyde as Westridge got a few good laughs out of me. It was also nice to see Owen Wilson in the movie and whatnot, because this was one of his early roles. And I love the tongue-in-cheek humor that prevents the movie from turning itself into self-parody and whatnot. The cinematography by Bill Butler is amazing. And this film was directed by Luis Loza, who had previously directed Sniper with Tom Berenger and Billy Zane, and The Specialist with Sylvester Stallone, Sharon Stone, and James Woods, which I reviewed some time ago. So yes, this movie was his passion project and whatnot. He always wanted to make a movie about about a giant anaconda in the Amazon and whatnot. It's just a shame that despite the movie being a profit and whatnot, he sadly didn't direct another movie after this. It's just a shame that he just pretty much faded into obscurity because I would have loved to see this guy direct more films unlike some other directors who for some reason were given other chances. I'm looking at you, Uwe Boll, and that guy who directs all those political propaganda movies. Frank Welker does a fantastic job with the creature noises, yes. Scooby-Doo himself was doing the vocal effects for the Anaconda. That's an A plus, and that goes to show you how much of a talented voice actor the legendary Frank Welker is. So anyway, that is Anaconda for you. A pretty fun and entertaining creature feature B movie for what it is. I personally really enjoy this film and don't give a damn about what the haters of this movie say and whatnot, because that's exactly what it was meant to be, a love letter to B movies from the olden days and whatnot. So if you're wondering how I'm going to rate this movie, I am going to give this creature feature movie an 8 out of 10. What do you think of Anaconda? Let me know in the comment section below, and thanks for watching as always. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you're wondering what do I think about the sequels, well, I will let you know about the sequels in the near future, but here's a hint. Anaconda was one of those movies that did not need sequels. Anyway, that's all I've got for today. Shadow Leon 659 signing out.